Hey, Joel here on Talk 910 and iHeartRadio, broadcasting from the capital of American gastronomy, San Francisco. Well, there's an event on the way. It's called All About Wine. It's Saturday, October the 18th. It's an event that is in benefit of the Greta Foundation. And to find out more about the event, well, you can listen because we're going to talk about it. But the place to go is Greta, Gretta, foundation.org. That's the website to go to. And that's also the beneficiary of the event. The event is going to have a whole host of fabulous wines and wineries represented. Part of the ticket price for the event actually goes to the possibility of purchasing cases of wine. I mean, think about it. You go to an event, you wander around, you taste a little of this, you taste a little of that. This is the kind of event that you can go to. You can say, oh, I like that wine from the Robledo, or I like that wine from Round Pond or Jean-Charles Boisset. And you can actually purchase a case, and that part of that money goes to the purchase of the case. Anyway, it all works up in a nice, tiny little bow. We have Meg Stiles here with us and Scott Bigelow. Let's finish up with Meg. We talked a little bit before going to break about the foundation, about the scholarships that go to the nurses who receive the scholarships are nurses within these communities in different places in the world. Now, you said, is it primarily Sub-Saharan Africa or other places as well?
Well, our first scholars were in Malawi, but our focus is Uganda.
Okay.
And in East Africa. And we're looking to do it right there and take the model and go global with it.
Okay. What would a scholarship, I mean, I know the scholarship benefits greatly, but in our dollars and our money, like if we were to purchase a ticket and attend the event, what would a scholarship cost?
A scholarship, depending on the school program, for those nursing students who attend a 3-year diploma program, it's $2,500 a year, and that's an entire calendar year. So that's the stipend, room and board, everything. I mean, that would be a plane fare to the United States if we were to bring them here to educate it.
True.
A 4-year degree, again, a university, to have a bachelor's in nursing science is $4,500. So that has a huge impact. Now, that's per year. And
but the benefits are immense because those nurses, those people are living in their communities. They can go to a nursing school in the country of Uganda. They can stay in the country and they can benefit their own communities as well. That's such an important part of this foundation.
Thank you. And there's one more thing that I would add. We're not just empowering the individuals that are becoming nurses. I mean, again, in an instant, you're changing someone's life. They work very hard. This is not a handout. And but these nurses see on average about 70 patients a day. So if you want to talk about, forgive me, bang for your buck, I mean, it's an incredible investment. Investing in one human being is incredible. Investing in 70 people a day over a career, that's inestimable.
Right. And for that part of the world, I mean, we're so fortunate here. We have positive healthcare. And I recognize the fact that we all try in our own ways to affect change in a positive way. But this is one of those ways in which we can do it. Now, Scott, I want to bring you into the conversation because part of this, or a significant portion of the event, All About Wine on the 18th of October, is actually tasting wine and being able to meet with some of the wine producers as well. Who do you have coming to the event? Who will we be able to taste?
We've got some of the top wineries in Sonoma and Napa. We're still adding to the list, but we've got Alpha Omega, terrific Napa Cabernet producer. We've got Nicolini Vineyards coming. We've got Prager Portworks, so we have dessert along with your wine for it. Klein Family Cellars. We've got Sequoia Grove, another top family producer, 40 years in Rutherford, over in Napa. We've got Gloria Ferrer, sparkling wine to get the evening started off with. We've got some brand new wineries, actually, people probably haven't even heard of. Senses, started by 3 guys who were partners. They were friends, and they've gotten together. They've got a terrific winemaker in Thomas Brown, 100-point scores. So there's an opportunity for them to get exposed to a little bit more public. We've got Ernest Vineyards. Wine growers, grape growers, and now they're making wine. Now they're bottling on themselves, and they're doing a terrific job with their Chardonnays and their Pinot Noirs.
Well, and that's important as well. I mean, bringing the family winemakers, bringing the family winemaking teams. And for example, with the case of Gloria Ferrer, which is a bit of a larger house, they're part of the Freixenet family of estates. But the Ferrer family is a family. It's a family business. And global, but we have the local winery here, and there are others as well. Think of the Klein family. I mean, they are a family in Sonoma, and they are a part of this event. So you get to taste these wines from these wine regions and wineries that have a real family component, and I think that that's such an important thing as well.
Oh yeah, the idea of a family winery. People think they're all small producers. I mean, St. Francis is coming. They're one of the top sponsors and providers for this event. They're a family winery. Started back in the 70s. They're still a family. They're a large producer. They're not a mega producer. They're not doing millions of cases of wine, but they are definitely doing thousands of cases of wine a year. Top quality Sonoma. Their president and CEO is actually coming down to pour their wine at this event. And he's going to be even a featured speaker at the VIP reception, which is an hour before for those that want to pay extra.
And that's Chris Silva, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Chris Silva.
He's fascinating. He's a fascinating guy, and he has this energy about him, and a real global citizen as well. He has a great story about meeting Margaret Thatcher that he tells, and you're kind of like, really? There's no way you're old enough to have met Margaret Thatcher. But no.
I've seen the picture, though.
Oh yeah, so you have the evidence of it.
I have seen the picture. Well, Photoshop, no. I've seen it.
And so people will taste these wines as well. Now, you mentioned Alpha Omega and a few of the other, Sequoia Grove, a few of the other Napa Cabernet producers as well. Is that something that people will have access to? The other question I have is, if you are to purchase cases of wine, I mean, do you leave with them that day, or do they ship them to you later?
No, the wines are going to be shipped to people later.
Okay.
It's a little hard logistically, space-wise, and things at the event.
Oh, I agree.
And, when you got to bring cases of wine, you may sell out, or you may be leaving with, well, we didn't sell as much as we want. People aren't going to be prepared to take that much wine with them. They came to the event, and all of a sudden, well, I bought 3 cases of wine. I don't have room in my car.
Right.
Or I can't, carry it out to the car this way. So it's a lot easier for us, and it's a lot easier for the guests to just have it shipped directly to them. They can taste, they can sample, and say, this is, wow, I never tried this before. I love this. This is going to go great with, the fall holiday meals and things, and I'd love to have this. And so we'll send it directly to them.
And holiday parties and things like that as well. At this time of the year, people really are thinking about that. They're thinking about making sure they can, stock up, have a couple of people over. You're like, look, this is this wonderful wine I purchased at this event. It's part of that. And we were able to help out with the Greta Foundation as well. Super fun. All right. So the event itself is the 18th of October on a Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. And where is it again?
At the Lafayette's Memorial Hall, Veterans
Lafayette.
Memorial Hall. It's a beautiful facility. Stay there. Really gorgeous.
So if you're from anywhere in the Bay Area or from the Tri-Valley area, for sure, if you're off shopping in Tri-Valley or having dinner, make that one of the stops and get your tickets in advance for the event. Is there a VIP portion as well?
Yes, there is. That's from 5 to 6.
Okay. And those tickets are available on the website, yes?
Exactly, they are.
Right.
And one thing, we'll have great food there, too. We have Simple Elegance Catering, who's going to be providing a lot of food. We're going to have oysters. We're going to have great cheeses and olives and Semi-Freddy's bread. They're good friends and big supporters of ours. They'll have lots of food there. Round Pond is actually bringing some of their olive oil to taste. So
And Round Pond Estate is right up there. When the great wine capitals of the world judging, they were talked about a lot. I have no idea if they won, so I better be careful. But they were talked about a lot in the great wine
Don't get
capitals
their hopes
up. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. Meg Stiles and Scott Bigelow, Greta Foundation. It's GRETTA Foundation.org. The event is on the 18th of October, and you can get tickets. There's some available at 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock p.m. Up next, a little more food, wine, and travel with me right here on Talk 910 and iHeartRadio.